Children of Syria. An innocent child playing in the rubble she once called home. A child so afraid of the sound of airplanes flying above, a missile descending towards her hometown. An unaware child concerned of when she would make a wrong move and sacrifice her life for nothing that had to do with her. The war-zone country of Syria generates a hazardous environment for a child. While the United States may be a nation full of promise, Syria is straining for survival. Within the past few years, strenuous Syrian life of the innocent versus the virulent has risen to become one of the largest tragedies in recent history. From life in Syria to harsh conditions in refugee camps, children in Syria exhibit great charisma with hopeful empathy of starting a new life in a neighboring country. As the Syrian government and its allies continue massive attacks on rebel-held areas of Aleppo, living in this region becomes strenuous amongst people of all ages, including innocent children. As a divided city for years, Aleppo inhibits rebels who have established firm military position of force in eastern neighborhoods of Aleppo. Being a war zone focal point, thousands of Aleppo citizens have lost their lives with destruction that is beyond repair. According to Gladstone, UNICEF stated 8.4 million children, which is more than 80% of Syria's child population, have been affected by the conflict either in Syria or as refugees neighboring countries. In 2015 alone, the agency documented nearly 1,500 grave violations against children. Of those odds, the children who have survived lack essential aspects a normal child would receive, such as education and proper nutrition. Healthcare has also been decimated, and nearly all of Syrian schools have been destroyed, leaving children without education. It is believed that the forces of Bashar al-Assad are on purpose to decisively retake all of Aleppo and the areas that rebel forces are holding, regardless of the measures that have to be taken. According to Mohammed, a 12-year-old citizen of Aleppo, if I get a hold of Bashar al-Assad, I'll turn into Hitler. I want to torture him. I don't want to kill him, but to torture him. I want him to have a taste of what he's done to us, the bitterness of the torture we've endured. For children in the war zone or living abroad as refugees, daily life has become challenging. Families and friends departed to refugee camps in hopes of fleeing the war, but traveling miles on strenuous rides that were not cheap, escaping the war was not an easy task. Refugee camps were not what many had expected. The camps held harsh conditions with confined spaces of families in Syria and muddy ground to sleep on. According to Stern 2015, many Syrian families are being forced to send their children to work, sometimes for long hours with little pay, in order to put the food on the table. Most of the jobs offered to children were jobs that involved hazardous chemicals and dangerous equipment. Although the refugee camps were not glorious by any means, life in a neighboring country was completely different. It would be unique to that of Syria and refugee camps. Traveling from refugee camps to neighboring countries worried many children. Some refugees had to pay smugglers to get into Europe, but those who received refugee passports were among the lucky. Children would use money they gathered from their savings to help pay for the transportation, with the possibility of being deported back home. Many families feared religious intolerance in their new countries. When Syrian refugees reached their new home, they were given money with free healthcare and education to begin their new life. According to Sarah, a teenage girl of Aleppo, when I first went through the door, the feeling was indescribable. I was scared they would criticize me and no one would like me because of my hijab. But when I first walked in, they had written "Welcome to Germany" on the blackboard. Children were free. They got to experience a proper education for the first time in years. Children could finally experience a childhood. From life in Syria to harsh conditions in refugee camps, children in Syria exhibit great charisma with hopeful empathy of starting a new life in a neighboring country. Through all the hardships Syrian children have endured, they still remain to be supportive of their family and make the best out of the worst situations. Children of Syria are remarkable examples of dedication